Right?
I don't know. They all stink to me. Now, you look at all of them. They all sad as hell. And that, you know what is the greatest indictment on the NFC East? Anytime any one of them wins a game, we come on here Monday morning and say, that's the team. The New York Giants won a game. That's the team. They're going to win it. I know it. Like, who knows? You know, I think if Daniel Jones is healthy, by the way, Daniel Jones hurt his hamstring. Only fast people hurt their hamstrings. You never hear about guys like Drew Brees, Tom Brady, and people like that. So that's one thing. Dude's super athletic. But you look at that team and you say, you know what? That team really competes. This team has a chance. But just last week, we were looking at the Dallas Cowboys because they beat the Minnesota Vikings and saying the same thing. And then we see Washington this week play extremely well on Thanksgiving. So I really don't know. I wish I could get on here and sound really smart like Rex and like Dan, who is probably going to give you a real answer, but I have no idea. Whoever gets to like 6+ games, that's going to be the team that wins it, and I have no idea who's good enough to get there.
Danny, if Daniel Jones really is hurt, why does that put a lot of pressure on the Eagles?
Because everyone's on the clock then. No more excuses. You'd be the only team in the division with your starting quarterback left. And that's a difference maker. Like, that should be a walk-in division championship. I know you're decimated in Philly with injuries as well. So is everybody else in the division. But you got the most important person in the division still upright. And that's Carson Wentz. And I'm completely aware that he has not played good enough football up until this point. But if you don't win the division this year, everybody's on the clock and everybody's on the hot seat. That goes from the top down. That's general manager, that's head coach, that's quarterback. You need to win the division this year with the quarterback situations left for the other three teams.
I mean, that is the crazy thing as they prepare to play tonight, that everything remains in front of them because of the division. They've played badly enough. They should have been buried by now, but it remains in front of them for the Eagles. If the Giants don't have Daniel Jones and they have Colt McCoy, can they win the division?
No, they got no chance. And I think, here's what I think is great. People finally are recognizing what I've been saying. Daniel Jones is the best quarterback in that division.
Slow down.
And Ryan talked about, who's better than him? Who the hell's better than him? But it's the truth. He's an athlete, and that's what we're seeing. He's an outstanding athlete. But Colt McCoy, nah, man, no, it's not going to happen.
Washington, who do you like?
Well, I like Washington because Washington can get after the quarterback. Their defensive line is dominant. And, by the way, they can run the football. So we saw that. Alex Smith is going to take care of the football. Give me the Redskins.
I'm with RC. Whoever wins every week, whoever wins that.
Relentless Bears pass rush like the 85 Bears. I don't think so.
Devontae Adams with the touchdown. No extra point, so it's 6-0. First play of the second quarter, it's Rodgers again. It's Mercedes Lewis this time. Packers leading 13-3. Mitchell Trubisky would get intercepted because that's what happens. And then, Dan, here's Rodgers again, this time Alan Lazard.
Yeah, just beautiful play design, snapping the ball at motion. Lazard becomes uncovered. Rodgers athletically fading back in the pocket, finds him in the middle of the end zone by himself.
Packers up 20-3. Here's Trubisky, his first start since week 3, 3rd and 17. That's not what we have in mind. Scoop and score. Preston Smith going the other way. 27-3 Green Bay late in the second quarter. Third quarter, it's 27-10. Trubisky, Dan is going to throw this one into a team meeting.
Yeah, Greeny, this is just man-to-man coverage. All you got to do is read that drop-down safety. The in route is wide open, but Mitchell Trubisky's playing YOLO ball and throwing it wherever he wants. Equals a touchdown. Then I love the fact that Green Bay comes back, takes their play-action shot. They get the tight end to bend out, cross face to the safety. Easy touchdown for this Green Bay Packers and number 12.
Rodgers threw 4 touchdowns. The Bears lose their 5th straight. 41-25 is the final score on Sunday Night Football. And with that performance, Rodgers now has 5 games this season with 4 touchdowns and 0 picks. That is already 1 game shy of the all-time record set by Peyton Manning in 2013. Manning won the MVP that season. Rodgers is certainly in that conversation this season. And so it feels like another game where the winning team, it's just easy to see, right? Rodgers, spectacular. They just dominate. But RC, let's talk about the Bears, who are a team that were 5-1 at one point this season. Now what do we say about them?
The Chicago Bears hibernate in the den of hopelessness. And obviously they aren't following protocol in Chicago because whatever the offense had very early on in the year, the defense has now caught it. The defense is now testing positive for suck. And when you play against the Green Bay Packers and you allow Aaron Rodgers to do what he did last night offensively, to play a flawless game, to not get hit in the pocket, for Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams to be able to run the football like that, you don't stand a chance. The reason we gave him a chance was we felt like if Mitchell Trubisky could create some things with his legs, if the offense could actually move the ball, we knew that this defense was good enough. Now they have nothing. Now the defense has given up. Now the offense is showing you no matter who the quarterback is, no matter who the play caller is, they won't be able to create points in critical moments. And so if you're the Chicago Bears, you pack this season up and you figure out where this started and when you can end it. And you end it as fast as you can. You find a quarterback, you find a new head coach, and you move forward in 2021.
Starting to feel that way. I don't disagree. Rex, let me come to you on that defense. Does there come a point where a really good defense watches their offense and just says, you know, I just can't do it anymore. We just give up on this thing here. Is that what you think we see with the Bears defense here?
I think we see that with the Bears. We definitely do. But if you're a really good defense, that never happens. Look, I've been on some horrendous teams. Ryan Clark, same thing. We've been part of great defenses, and it doesn't look like that. You don't give up 200 rushing yards to the Green Bay Packers. And 4 touchdowns, by the way, to Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball. Like, they have, I've said it forever, that I think it's the most talented defense in the league. But they don't play that way. And that's the thing. I don't care. You almost take it as a thing like, look, offense, give us 10 points, we're going to win. I've been a part of those teams. We won a Super Bowl when we never scored an offensive touchdown for 5 weeks in a row. Why? Because we were the real deal. And you ain't the real deal in Chicago, and I don't know why. Because you got to take it as almost like a, you know, hey, we can do it, man. I want to show you how big my shoulders are. Put the whole team on our backs, and it ain't happening.
Meanwhile, Dan, let me come to you on the other side of the coin here. Aaron Rodgers. I started the conversation by saying he's in the MVP discussion. What are you seeing from him and his team right now?
Yeah, the MVP is a two-man race right now between Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers. But I'd say 3 things that are really starting to stand out for the Packers as the weeks go on. Number 1, we got to start putting Matt LaFleur into one of the better head coaches in the NFL conversation. The body of work is big enough. He should be in the head coach of the year conversation as well. Number 2, how easy things are looking for this offense. I mean, if you want to watch an offense operate, so much is easy on all the players. And that comes down to having a very clear vision of how to attack the defense, having a very clear vision of what you're good at, and then your guys executing at a very high level. And then the third thing is this. I don't know, outside of Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, if there is going to be a quarterback and head coach or play caller that I'm going to trust more as we head into the last 4 or 5 weeks in this season in the playoffs as I will with Matt LaFleur and Aaron Rodgers. Take Mahomes and Andy Reid out. I trust Matt LaFleur and Aaron Rodgers to be completely ready to play in whatever game they have to play in and execute at a crazy high level and make the challenging big-time, big-moment plays. I think I trust those guys more than anybody left heading into the playoffs outside of Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. They're clicking on all cylinders.